Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. I'm going to be making a decorated ornament, and the way I'm going to be doing it is we're going to be covering it with little poinsettias, and I'll show you how I'm going to make them. I have this punch from Stampin Up that's a floral punch that does 3 different sizes of flower, and I thought that it was kind of the shape of a poinsettia. Then I have another leaf punch, and hopefully you can see that, and I punched a bunch of those out. I'm using some glitter paper and some paper that is foil that has little stars and glitter in it. And what I did was, I don't know if you can see this, but I took my pokey tool and hopefully you can see this, I just stuck it through the centers of all 3 of them, just so I have a starting point, and I'm going to make sure that hole is pretty decent size. Then I'm going to take a tool. This is called a stylus. You can get it from cake decorating, but I bought mine at Aliexpress, and I'll try and put a link in there to that because it was a really good deal for a big set of them. You're going to push into the center with the smaller one, because we want them to be pointed upward. I have a foam mat underneath, and I'm going to stick my scissors right into the center of them, and then I'm going to push it down on the blade of the scissors carefully, because I want it to be bigger than the hole bigger than it was. You see the hole? Then I have these stamen, also bought these from Aliexpress. I took 3 of them and I bent them in half like this. Then I kind of twisted them around like that. And then you're going to take a piece of tape, just regular scotch tape, and you're going to wrap it around the bottom. Your goal when you do this is to make the bottom of your stamen as small as you can make it. So you're going to twist the tape around and kind of just make sure that you have a small piece that you can then insert into that opening. So that's how I did it, like that. Hopefully you can see that. The smaller you can make that, if you can make it a point, it's even easier. And then I push my little tape through that center hole. Then you just pull on it like that. You'll have some stamen that are higher than the others, and then I just mess with them till they're all down like that. Then I turned it over and I put it on my mat again, and you take the small ball again. I'm going to move these out of the way. You take the small ball and you're going to go around on the leaves, because your goal is that your leaves are pushed in the center and down on the outside. I hope that made sense. And then to keep my stamen in place, I took my hot glue gun and I just went around there with a dollop of glue just to make sure that they will stay. My ball is a styrofoam ball that I painted with this Dollar Tree paint. It's called Tempura paint. Tempura? I don't know. Tomato. Anyway, I used that paint, and then I'm going to take a little bit of ribbon and I'm going to just cut that off, and I'm going to make a knot in it. I have a little green paint on me, I'll tell you that in a second. I'm going to make a little knot in the bottom of it. So here's my string, or my ribbon, and these are the ends. You're going to use those ends. I'm going to cut it off so it's not super long. And then I'm going to take needles and I'm going to poke them in here to make this the hanger. You're going to take your needle and you're going to put it as close to the knot as you can, like that. So then you're going to take this needle and you're going to take the other ribbon and you're going to put it through the center of it, again as close as you can to the knot. Then we're going to jab our needles, this is a technical term, jab those needles right into our ball like that. That way if they show, it will be cute and nobody will say like, that's weird that you have those like that. I don't think anybody will hate those, but if they do, that's the problem. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our flowers, and because we did that big dollop of glue there, we're going to be able to just trim off all of our strings like this, hopefully. This last one just doesn't want to come off. Why doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know. These are the mysteries of life. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a big dollop of glue and we're going to put it right on where those stamen were. Get the glue out of the way. And I'm going to lay it right on our ball like that. You can push it down in a little bit. See how it works? Okay. Then if you want to, now I have leaves that we can place around if we want to. I don't know if we're going to want to do that or not, and frankly at this point I haven't really played with them enough, but what I really want to do, these are ones where I would bend it in half. Hopefully you can see me doing this, or see it enough. You want to bend them in half so that your leaf has dimension like your flower has. See that? Of course my end isn't bent. There we go. And then we can cut it in the center. And then we would just tuck it underneath like this with a little bit of glue on the bottom. Oh, I see I already dropped the glue ball off. Put that right there. And then we can put another one on the other side. Like that. You're going to want to make sure that your leaf isn't totally bent down. And there's our first one. Then when you place your next one, you're going to want to make sure that you place these so that they're not, the leaves have some place to go. So I want to, if I do this, I'm going to want to overlap a little bit. Big dollop on the bottom. We're going to overlap just a little bit, and I'm going to push it down like that. And then because I have that spot where you can see the pins, I'm going to want to put one of my leaves there. And I didn't have any glittery green paper, so all I did was I took some of that same paint that was green from the Dollar Tree, my favorite store, and I just painted my paper with it, my green paper. And that's just going to stick in like that. I'm only going to put one of those leaves on that flower, because I just wanted to cover up that section. Now I have to cover up this area, and let's see if we can actually get a flower in under there. And again, the goal here is to cover up as much of our ball as we can. I'm going to see if I can shove that up in there a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my flowers and put them on, and then I'll come back when I get closer to the bottom. That way you won't have to watch the painful part of me figuring out how to jam things in there. I have I think I have 5 more. Yeah, I have 5 more that I finished, and I have some leaves. So this is where we are right now. I thought it'd be easier to just show you the last few, because then it goes faster for me if I'm showing you something at the same time as I'm doing it. Push that underneath like that. Then I'm going to put one, I hate those little strings of glue, all you have to do to get rid of those little strings is you take your heat gun and you apply it to this after you've finished, and it gets rid of all the little pieces that are flying amok. And let's see, I want to put that one right there, I guess. I was doing so good not burning myself, and then all of a sudden I hit like a rash of just burning. Everything I touched was burning me, so that was fun. I was happy about that, because you know, you never can burn yourself enough. I'm going to tuck one of these little leaves in right in there to get rid of the spot we don't want to show, is what I meant to say there. And because I painted my ball red, you really can't see the spots that are empty. At least I don't think you can. So there's our ball. And then what I thought I would do on my leaves, I made this Wink of Stella the other day, homemade Wink of Stella, using eyeshadow and a little bit of gum arabic and water, and I'm going to paint my leaves with it because it'll add the little bit of glistening that I think they need. They do have that glitter on them, but I don't think it puts as much shine on them as the gum arabic does. So Wink of Stella. Gum arabic, Wink of Stella. I'll just keep making up words until it works. And you don't want to have a ton of it on your brush because it is really watery, and it'll end up just making your leaves watery. You don't want your leaves to be all watered down. If you, hopefully you can see on this one, ignore the green paint and the glue on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. That's what makes the difference. I think that's important to do, because then it really makes them pop when you're looking at the rest of the ornament being glittery. You want your leaves to be shiny as well. Okay, so let me take my heat tool and we'll see if we can take care of the rest of the little glue marks. And try to find one. Can you see right in here? There's glue. And now it's gone. I just want to make sure we get anything that's really scary. I just thought I'd show you that in case you want to try it. I think a hairdryer would work for that as well, but I've never tried it, but I do think it would work. So there is our Christmas ball. It is a poinsettia Christmas ball. I think it's pretty, and I hope you'll give something like this a try. It's a nice way to give a homemade ornament that's not expensive to make. It's just paper, a styrofoam ball, a little bit of paint, and some stamen that I got, as I said, from Aliexpress, and that's all there is to it. I'm going to turn it on its side so you can see it. I hope you'll give this a thumbs up and subscribe. Tell your friends about me on social media, because you know I love that, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.